Hey guys, this is Half Chrome. Today we're taking flight with the Sparrow selfie drone from AEE. This is the first drone from AEE we've been able to test here in the US. We got it from our friends at TomTop. It looks a lot like the Hover Passport. How does it stack up to it and other selfie drones? Stick around to find out. Welcome back. Now, as I mentioned, the Sparrow does look a lot like the Hover Passport, however, at less than half the price, at around $150. If you're going to spend the $350 for the Passport, we do suggest you take a look at the DJI Spark, which has a lot more features. The AEE does come with a nice carrying case and 2 batteries. Not too bad. It has 4 sides of obstacle avoidance and a downward-facing optical flow sensor. Now here you can see how it stacks up in size compared to the Tello Spark and a can of Coke. The forward-facing camera on this thing is pretty darn good, and it reminds us a lot of the Zerotech Dobby, which can also be manually positioned up and down. Now, how does this thing fly? Let's take a look in flight. Now, it's a little subtle, but you can see this thing shaking a little bit in flight. Now, they say you can get rid of that through calibration. We did successfully calibrate the Sparrow a couple of times, but it did not change the performance at all. So it always has the shakes, which obviously is not so great for capturing your selfies. Now you can also see I'm having a heck of a time keeping this thing in one spot. It's supposed to have optical flow with that downward facing camera, but you wouldn't really know it. I'm basically just all over the place with this thing. Similarly with altitude hold, you wouldn't know if it had altitude hold either because it is all over the place, up and down as well. Now we're going to take a look at how it looks from the app. This low battery warning you pretty much get regardless of the battery state if you're flying on an iPhone. Not sure why that is, but more importantly, pay attention to how hard I'm trying to keep this thing in one place. You can watch the on-screen joysticks as I move around and just how much delay there is. Basically, it doesn't start moving until I'm done moving on the stick. So you have to kind of poke it around a little bit very, very lightly and slowly, and obviously sometimes it can be too late if you're doing that. So just a lot of latency. There's latency with the camera and the FPV feed as well, but with the controls, we've really never seen anything that has this kind of latency in the controls on a Wi-Fi controlled drone like this. Now, if you want something that is super stable, the most stable indoor flyer we've ever tested is the RiseTech Tello. You can get this on DJI.com, Amazon, and other places. This thing is just crazy stable. It doesn't move more than about an inch in any direction, and it, as I mentioned, is the most stable indoor flyer we've ever flown. Really impressive, especially at under $100. Now, we do recommend this drone if you are trying to pinch pennies. You will save $50 as compared to the Sparrow. Now, if you have a little more money and want to keep it under $200 still, the Zerotech Dobby has come way down in price. You can see here the digitally stabilized video you get from it. You do want to fly it kind of slow though, going too fast forward and back, and you will get these black bars when you're flying in the stabilized video mode. There are other options under $200. The Unique Breeze has also come way down in price if you're looking for a selfie drone. Now, it will not fit in your pocket like the Dobby will, but it does have a 1-axis gimbal. Passport Hover, as we mentioned, but at $350, it's a tough pill to swallow. You might as well go for the Spark. Now, the Sparrow isn't the first selfie drone we've had major issues with. The See Me here, we had high hopes for it as well, and it had about a 2-second first flight before it just crashed and burned. So in summary, what drone do you want if you don't want the Sparrow? So the Tello at under $100, the Dobby, best pocketable selfie drone, under $200. Now, we will warn you, you can't fly it on an iPhone 8. At least we weren't able to for some reason. Older iPhones and Android products, no issues. The Unique Breeze doesn't have that issue and has a 1-axis gimbal, but you're not going to be putting it in your pocket. And of course, the ultimate selfie drone, the DJI Spark, is really a great value at this point at under $400 if you have that kind of coin to spend. Now, thanks for watching. Do click on the links below. It helps support this channel, and subscribe if you want to see more. We'll see you next time.